Welcome back from spring break, and we are on to learning unit number 8, Advanced Directives. So for this learning unit, these are the learning outcomes that you have. You're going to be able to compose or to go through completing an advanced directive for either yourself or for another. And you're going to use the 5 wishes document. You're going to be able to educate others on completing an advanced directive, either in the state of Pennsylvania or even New York State, and differentiate between what is a living will and what is a healthcare agent or proxy. And you're going to be able to compare and contrast an advanced directive with an out-of-hospital DNR and the POLST document, or in New York State, they call it the MOLST document. So it gets confusing with terms. So therefore, I have put together a PowerPoint that will help you go through it. I'm going to go through the first 2 slides, but please go back to this. Please go back to this because you're going to need this information. And there's going to be additional slides, but I want you to spend the time in going through it. So what is an advance directive? It's a legal document. It's written in advance of a serious illness, and it says what your wishes for health care would be. That's the living will component. And it names someone to make those choices if you can't communicate your wishes. So, what are your wishes for health care, and who would make that decision for you if you cannot communicate that? It's called by many names, but advanced directive typically has, like I said, the 2-part. And so the living will is what would your healthcare wishes be? What, in the case of, a specific illness, what would you want done if you could figure that out ahead of time, which isn't easy. And that's why we have the biggest part of an advance directive is a medical decision maker. That's the best way to say it. But in different states, it's called different things. And it's either called a healthcare agent, healthcare proxy, a healthcare surrogate. It's also called a durable power of attorney for healthcare. There normally when we say durable power of attorney, that means for finances, but this one is specific to healthcare. And you're going to hear Laurel in her interview. She's a nurse practitioner. She's going to talk about the POA. So that's the healthcare power of attorney. So moving on, so we know we have all these different terms, but by completing a durable power of attorney for healthcare, you're authorizing someone to make healthcare decisions on your behalf if you cannot. It's signed, it's dated, it's witnessed, and your healthcare agent or proxy can only make decisions for you if you cannot. And again, it's different than a power of attorney for financial matters. So here's the next slide. You're going to click on here, but there's going to be a few other slides that you're going to go through. And this information is going to help you complete the discussion board. Plus, it's good to know. Then your 5 wishes document. And I'm really hoping that you can print this out because it is a sample only. So if you see it, it says sample across. So obviously a paper that says sample, this wouldn't be a legal form. But I want you to go through, read through it, and complete it. There's going to be 5 wishes. The person I want to make healthcare decisions for me if I can't make them for myself. Remember, that's called by many, many names. Here in this form, it's your medical decision maker, your healthcare agent. And then there are things that you can cross out if you don't want that. So there's 5 wishes. Here's wish number 2. This is an important piece. Wish number 2 is really your living will. What kind of medical treatment you would want or not want. Again, I'm going to let you finish going through it, but you can simply download this. You can print it out. So remember, these are the buttons to download. You can print it out. If you should want to have one for yourself or another in your family, you can go on to this site and order one, but they're paid. So, you have to pay for them. So I am just providing you with the sample. That's a big component. The pulsed form is going to be, this is the Pennsylvania, if you can look here, it's the Pennsylvania Orders for Life-Sustaining Treatment. It is a medical order. In New York State, it's called the MOLST form, and that's just medical order for life-sustaining treatment. So please go through and read about the PULSed. Here are some questions and answers to give you more information. This is self-directed learning, but it is an expectation that you go through all of this. Here is where you would see the New York State's medical orders, or the MOLST. So I'd like to at least give you New York and Pennsylvania. If you don't live in either PA or New York, go ahead and Google physician orders for life-sustaining treatment and the state that you live in. Okay, then you can find out for your specific state. This is going to be fun. I really promise you it will. This is an interview that I did just a little while ago with an alumni. Laurel went through our associate degree program, then she completed her bachelor's in nursing, and then she did her master's in geriatric nurse practitioner. She is just amazing. And she's going to talk more about advanced directives and answer other questions. So I hope you really enjoy this. I know I did. Here is an out of hospital, do not resuscitate order. And here's more information about what an out of hospital do not resuscitate order is. And then you're going to finish with the discussion board. So you've read about advanced directives, you've completed the five wishes document, you've read about PULSed, MOLST, and out of hospital DNRs. So for this discussion board, you're going to answer 3 questions. Number 1, it's worth 40 points instead of 30, as there isn't a quiz, and there is no reply required. Your initial post then is not due until Sunday. First question, compare and contrast these 3 documents. 5 wishes, PULSed or MOLST if you live in New York, and the out-of-hospital DNR. Tell me the similarities and differences, and when each of these documents can be used. Support your answer. After completing the 5 wishes yourself or with another, share how you felt about wish 2, the living will part. In wish 3, how comfortable you would want to be. So look at that document, and as you complete it, what did you think about the living will component, which is also known as wish 2? And I love wish 3, how comfortable I would want to be. And then what is one thing that you learned from Laurel, the nurse practitioner interview? So that's enough for this week, but I hope that you really take the time that this course really deserves, which is a minimum of 3 hours in getting through the content, and then additional would be completing the discussion board. So, and that you know this content. It's very important. And I think you're going to recognize the importance of it when you hear the interview by Laurel. Have a wonderful week, and I hope you had a wonderful spring break.